Gotta get out of here. Let's run, let's run, let's run from this place. Oh, everything's very unstable. Oh my god, my hand, what happened? What's that? What is my cat? Whoa, it's my cat. What is it doing here? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, ooh! Yeah, forget my voiceover. This is just some like a short clip that I made using some of the technology that I learned recently. It's a very, very fun experience. Okay, it's a very fun experience, and I just got this like a rotating animation, got this very unstable sort of line art, and all this is sort of generated programmatically. So you don't need to hand draw frame by frame. It can save you a bunch of time, and all this animation is not frame by frame. It's just you add some keyframe, and Blender can do all the work. And I also got like a walk and then a running effect, like a shaky camera effect, and yeah, this is very, very interesting. So I think I'm still experiment to see whether I can add like a like a cyberpunk, like a static like electricity effect. So maybe the hand will have a different color. Right now it's just a noise modifier to it. But what if you can add more color to or to influence that? I'm still experiment. And yeah, hopefully I can do that. So in this video, I know it's a very goofy, funny video, and so what I'm going to do is to just quickly walk through you guys how I did it, and yeah. So if you haven't already, my previous video we made a made a model that used the Blender's base mesh, and we got this guy here, and yeah, right now I'm doing something very interesting, that is to set the camera to the head of our character. So when the character move or the camera move, yeah, it's sort of like a move in sync with each other. Okay, so it can give you really just a so for example, let me just get the screencast here out. So so if you press numpad 0, okay, let me just get, if you press numpad 0, okay, you got this person's view, and that's because I just fixed the camera at this person's head. Okay, so it's very, very convenient. Okay, let me just show you guys how it's done. So we got our guy here. Okay, basically this is just a Blender's CC0 license base mesh, and I use this. I sort of like change his hand position a little bit, just like an Iron Man, like shooting the laser gun, something like that. Okay, just if you haven't seen already, I made all this in the previous tutorial. I make a video about this. It's like called the first person. First person animation, something like that. You just to check out the playlist. Okay, so previously we already made this mesh and made this all this like a strange thing, like a rotating gun rotating in the air. We made a little bit of animation, and right now we're going to anchor everything just inside of the camera. So let me show you. Okay, so we got a camera here. Okay, and if you click this camera, you can see that inside the camera we got this sci-fi laser. Let me just get the overlay ready. So we get the sci-fi laser big. We got this like a big laser, big one laser, small, something like that. Remember, everything inside is just as a children of the camera. That's the whole point. Okay, so let me just get this like an anchor here. Let me show you how it's done. Okay, so for example, if I like to add another thing, add a mesh or something like that, or maybe add a torus just to make things interesting. Okay, I can just zoom this torus to pretty big. Okay, I just go to the bird eye view and choose the select box, so I can get the torus. Okay, I can grab it, just maybe place it as just before our guy. Okay, let me just get the torus up a little bit. Okay, so maybe just rotate of x-axis of 90. Okay, so you guys can see the torus clearly. Okay, so when I enter 0, so you got like a front side view. I can get this like a torus here. Okay, so if you already move this torus and you want this torus to be sort of attached to the character while you're moving, right now it won't do. Okay, so if you say you hit play or something like that, okay, and you will just go through the animation. You guys can see, you just like move forward. Okay, even in a render view, you just move forward, but that torus won't follow you. And here is how it can follow you. So pretty simple. You just go to let me just go to this view here. So basically, everything should follow the camera, which will be adding a keyframe. So the camera will be here, okay, and the camera will move to a certain place and then move to a certain place. Okay, so if everything is the children of the camera move, the camera change. So in Blender's terms, it's sort of transformed and just the X, Y, Z position. So you transformed position and everything attached to the camera will be transformed position. So that's the reason why the laser and all this say the pelvis, something like that, because the base mesh sort of everything is the children of the pelvis. The upper body, the leg, the hand, the head, something like that. It's just children of the pelvis. You just need to control the pelvis, make the pelvis as a children, and then the camera move, everything moves. Okay. So what I'm going to do is to set this as the children. Okay. How to do that? Holding Shift and click this camera. Okay. While you are clicking this camera, and the active selected object will be become the orange, like a lighter orange. I don't know how to say that in English. Hopefully you guys understand this. So if you just compare the object, even though you select say multiple object. Okay, so if I holding Shift, I select maybe this building. This building will be the actively selected right now, and of course you also select this camera as well as torus. But we don't want that. We want to select the torus and actively selecting. So basically, the last item that is selected will be the the active selected. Okay. Once you got this the thing, the item that you want to set the parent of everything else that you have selected, you need to make that thing to select the last. I don't know how to say that. I don't know whether I made myself clear. Is that if you want, maybe just put a specific example. So if you want everything to be the children of the camera, you have to select the camera last. Okay, you select all the thing. So previously I selected like a body, the head, or all sort of thing. You can use a box select. Okay, you can hide everything else and just to get the thing that you want to make a children of, and just like a box select everything. If you can't box select everything, you just need to toggle the X-ray, so you can box select everything, and then you are holding Shift and select the camera. And then while the camera is selected, using Control and P to set parent to object. So while doing this, you can see that the torus is set at the like the children of the camera. So if you collapse camera, you won't be able to see the torus. If you unclaps it, you can see that torus is right here. So if I just go to 0, okay, and I start this animation, you can see the torus is kind of like moving with our hand, okay, and then we can go move forward, and the torus moving with us. And yeah, that's the thing that I did while I just select everything from the hands to body, all sort of thing. And as you guys can see, if you just zoom it out, it's really funny. It's really funny because it kind of just the whole body is shaking with the camera, and yeah, let me just wait and see. The whole body, everything is shaking with the camera. Okay, and the camera is just at the eye level, Okay, and but you can sort of fake this because you are not going to see here. You're just going to be see here. Okay, it's just one thing that I did. Another thing is that while you got everything attached, you got a certain animation. So camera keyframe animation is very simple. You just go to the shift, and we got like one slash dots kind of thing. I don't know how to say that in English. It's just the stroke that that's left side of the one. Okay, so if you find your Q here, upside it should be one, and left side should be have a slash or like a wavy sign. Okay, you shift while you are at the camera mode, shift and you dot that. Okay, and you just set this animation. Right now you can't do that. That's because I already add a certain constraint to the camera, which will be like the camera shakify. Okay, this is a plugin that I did, and I did some experiments at a previous video, and I find this this is very helpful and can really add a lot of you know, flair, or add a lot of I don't know, like a classic shaky effect. I really appreciate the developer of this plugin. By the way, if you haven't installed that already, if you haven't watched my previous video, you just need to like search camera shakify and you just install that. Okay, so while you select this, and then you just select the camera, you got this camera here, and you can have a camera shakify here, and then you can add a shakify camera, and then I choose the handy cam run. Of course, you can choose a lot of settings. It's really great. It really depends on the different scenario. Okay, and of course you can change the influence, you can change the scale, speed, all sort of thing. Okay, and then for the line art, this like a cyberpunkish, very unstable effect, it's pretty simple. In fact, you just need to just get a line art. Okay, you just get a line art, and we got tons of line art effects that you can add, as well as modifier. Okay, for modifier, I just add one noise modifier and just like scale everything up to a degree. Okay, so position, I want everything to be very unstable, so I get the like position to be very high, like 1. Okay, and I add a thickness, so it can become like really thick and really thin, really thick, really thin, something like that. And yeah, basically that's how I did it. And then I add a lot of effects. So add the blur. So basically, if you add a blur, it will just like a blur things out a little bit, so it kind of like a fading out. And add shadow. Okay, so it can like overlap a little bit, so causing a kind of offset of the original line, so it can get a shadowy. And add a rim, so you can get like a illuminating effect. I try to eliminate some sort of cyberpunkish sort of thing, so I choose this color, something like that, but I haven't like completely figured out yet. So you will be able to see some sort of like this color, but it won't do much of the difference. So I'm maybe I'm going to try like the combination of you know, the pixelated effect, something like that, so you can get like a pixelated. Okay, and maybe with the combination of the like the glow, rim, all that, you can get some sort of cyberpunkish effect. Okay, so for example, the pixelated, you just increase the pixel. Okay, you just increase that to yeah, I think that maybe 50. Okay, you can add this as well. Okay, so as you guys can see, I like a really pixelated, but right now the pixelated is not like really flickering and shaking. So yeah, that really depends on how you want your like how you want your art style. Okay, just the kind of lots of words here. And by the way, I add multiple line art to the scene. So right now, for example, the building. By the way, the building is the asset that I made. It's just a bunch of sphere. Okay, so it's just add mesh and adding cube and just make it longer. And I made a batch of it different height, and select everything and duplicate, and then like double my work and rotate a little bit, add that, and then go all this, duplicate, rotate, duplicate, and so get a kind of like a CT sort of thing. And of course I add a HDRI, so I use the Polyheaven, everything is CC0, that's brilliant. Okay, I use the HDRI and just to drag some of the HDRI that do not have a lot of at horizon, do not have maybe the CT line, or maybe it just do not have a specific object in HDRI, because I don't want it to actually see that. Oh yeah, by the way, for the cat, I use a cat statue. I know it's not looking great because it's not a real cat, it's just a statue. Okay, so just drag it here, and by the way, I sort of like remove every texture of the cat, so I just made a like a really simple shader. Okay, so for the cat, okay, it's just a statue, and I used like a two cube and one Bezier line, like a curve modifier. Okay, shift and A curve, and I use a Bezier curve to get like a sort of a smile, and then use a like the solidify modifier just to get a little bit like a width. And I think this is really good, because I think maybe later I'm going to experiment that using this to get some sort of like a talking, like a stop motion clay mouse, and talking using all this like the how to pronounce noun and all that different shape, and maybe use some sort of like a voice recognition, so it can automatically change the shape. So when I record a certain like audio clip, it will automatically change it. It's very interesting. I got a lot of the same like a project and experiment in mind. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all for this. And by the way, all this is the very simple shader. Okay, it's like a tone shader. So just delete everything, leave the principal PSDF and shader to RGB. Got the color ramp, adding a like a transition color and the darker color and like the lightest color, and you're down. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much all for this video. And don't forget if you're still there, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you think my video is helpful, please give me a thumb up, give me a like. It's really important for me. And yeah, and yeah. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you want to support me directly, please join the Patreon. All right.